As the sun rises over the country of Albania, we're on our way to Croatia, and specifically the city of Dubrovnik. This will promise to be a very, very cool day. Good morning from the beautiful stop at Dubrovnik, Croatia, part of the former Yugoslavia. We're going to be spending some time seeing some famous Game of Thrones locations here today, so come on with us. Just a view from the other side of the ship, with apparently a large suspension bridge nearby. Just a really cool little ship that's going by. I had to get a little video of. So the former old city of Old Dubrovnik is a UNESCO heritage site, as well as a location that they shot Game of Thrones from. For those who are familiar with the show, this is Blackwater Bay's entrance. As we ascended a very, very steep series of steps up to the fortress, there were a lot of really great picture opportunities around here. From on top looking down around the city, you could see beautiful lagoon harbors as well as the old city itself. The high tower is visible from just where we were at, as well as the rebuilt Grand Hotel, which was destroyed along with most of the city in the 1990s during the Croatian occupation, during the Yugoslavian breakdown. And so we climbed and climbed and climbed. Another beautiful view of the harbor. It's really very impressive when you get a huge view of the city from on high. Inside the structure, we did have a couple of interesting pictures, but there were very few of them, surprisingly. Most of the corridors were things that we saw on the television show Game of Thrones, especially those that are in King's Landing. This is the site where Peter Baelish and Cersei Lannister had a conversation about power is power. There was a cat that was sleeping nearby that could not be disturbed. This picture looks like a stage area off in the background, but where it actually is where the character Joffrey had his purple wedding and was killed. Again, a beautiful, beautiful view of the different buildings within the old city of Dubrovnik, which we will be heading to shortly. This is the site of so many areas within the show, such as this dock, where both the very end of the show was filmed, where the Starks were saying goodbye to each other, as well as where Sansa was saying goodbye to Loras Tyrell. Now we start to enter the old city of Dubrovnik. Again, a little view beyond the inside of the fort. Once inside, this massive fountain greeted us and all the visitors in the area. The streets of Old Dubrovnik had a number of different merchants, everything from food vendors to jewelry vendors, souvenir shops, and things that had to do with Game of Thrones. It is a bustling place. It also has a few churches. This specific one is a Orthodox church that is a Serbian Orthodox church. Just around the corner was this fresh market that was available to everybody that purchased new items. This was another scene from Game of Thrones where Cersei Lannister starts her walk of shame and comes down the way. It's a very famous scene in the show. Again, the beautiful buildings in Old City Dubrovnik are just incredible. And I was actually amazed because I thought a lot of these things were either CGI or were just sets, but these are actual real buildings. The inside of this former government building was used in a scene in Karth where Daenerys Targaryen is talking to the Spice Master about needing more ships, and he turns to her and says, well, I can give you more ships, but I need you to marry me. Again, some beautiful statues on the tops of the monument areas. I started to climb the outer wall of the city along with my tour group, and the views were just spectacular from up here. This is a picture from one of the higher points of the area that we would call King's Landing. This is the old city of Dubrovnik. For those of my friends who are familiar with Game of Thrones, this area actually also appeared in one of the earlier seasons. This is where Daenerys Targaryen was going into the House of the Undying. The wall to the city keeps going on and on and on, but we decided to call it quits at that point and head back to the boat for a nice lunch. For lunch, I had a mixed green salad along with some squid ink risotto, some blue cheese, some beef curry and chicken curry, and some shards of cheese. It was really delicious. After some drinks with some friends, we decided to go and do a dinner at one of the specialty dining locations called Lumine, located on the 4th deck of the Celebrity Infinity ship. Just a brief view, or sneak preview, of their dessert tray. We started off with an amuse-bouche of what appeared to be a gazpacho, with a crostini and a little creme fraiche on top. Next, I moved on to a truffle risotto. Finally, the main courses. Kevin opted for a pork chop, which was amazing looking, and I, for my part, opted for lobster with a champagne sauce. The table also got some seared scallops to split amongst all of us. Finally, a little tray of pâté fours for everybody at the table to have, which included a variety of snacks. Then after that brief interlude, we had the full dessert. I had the baked Alaska, and Kevin, for his part, opted for a tapioca dessert. We had a great time, and we're looking forward to the next adventure tomorrow. Come with us then. Ciao!